I just had the pleasure of doing some restoration work on one of the finest examples of a 426 Hemi Cuda I've ever seen. So anytime I'm working on a very high-end collectible like this, you've got to do a lot of things. You've got to kind of gauge how much paint do I have left to work with, what thickness is it, what condition is the pigment in. And so the first thing I had to do is really just do an analysis of the car. And it had some really deep scratches in the hood. It had some touch-ups that had been done that were very poorly done. And he's just like, I want this car pristine, but I don't want to repaint entire sections of the car. Once I kind of figured out what I had, then I dug right in and we started by wet sanding. And then once we did that, then we started a multi-stage polishing process of bringing the paint back up and really bringing the pigmentation out. And I could tell that this was old paint on this car, because as soon as I started hitting with the sandpaper, it didn't turn white like it does with a modern clear coat. It turned red, which means it was a single stage paint, which would have been correct for that era. Anyway, so we started cutting it down and bringing it back up, and then the damage on the hood was too far for me to be able to fix it. It was all the way down to the metal through the primer. And so there was areas where I had to actually go in and do very minor repair work, and no Bondo, but just massage the paint, cut it down, and then blend in with a base coat clear coat to preserve as much of the original paint on the hood as possible. So it was kind of a blend. So we didn't repaint the whole hood, we just repainted areas of the hood. But by the time I was done with it, you could not tell. This gentleman liberated this car from a private collection where it hadn't been seen by the public for probably several decades. And so he's really excited that now that he has it, it's going to go to a lot of shows, a lot of events where people are going to get to see it and enjoy it, as it should be. Because I mean, this is a very, very low mileage, highly optioned, correct Hemi Cuda. Back in the day, these cars were ordered for drag racing, and so it was stereo delete, air conditioning delete. It was delete everything, make it as light as you can be. But this one was purchased by a dealer as a showroom model to bring people in. So it was very heavily optioned, and that makes it a very special Hemi Cuda in today's world. So yeah, he loves being able to show people that it has a 6-way seat, that it has a rear speaker, that it has a rally gauge cluster, it has an AM radio. I mean, by today's standards, that's almost like, so what? But that's a huge deal in a 1970 vintage car. That it's got the space saver spare with the bottle that blows it up. I mean, it's got everything, and it's all there, and it's all correct. We even are taking the magnesium wheels that are on the car are coming off because the date-coded tires aren't correct for the month of manufacturing and the rims are wrong. And so I've also painted a correct set of what they call dog dish rims, where it's painted to color key with the car, and then there's going to be little chrome center caps that go on. And we've located a set of period correct tires for the month that it was built. It's an early production model. I'm going to be showing my age here. These are the cars I grew up with. And, when I was a 16-year-old kid in 1983, the cars built in the late 60s and early 70s were really just becoming used car status that people my age could get. My first car I ever owned was a 69 Firebird. And then I owned several 68, 69 Camaros, a 72 Chevelle. I mean, obviously I was a Chevy guy, but man, I appreciate all of it, and I appreciated all of it. So when I get to work on something that is this rare and this vintage, it really takes me back to my childhood days when these cars were just running around on the street and nobody hardly even gave them a second look because they were just all over the place. It also makes me sick to think about what I could have bought these cars for and just stuck them in a barn, and now they're worth $200,000, $300,000, $500,000 a piece. It's just unreal. Hey, I want to thank everybody for taking a look at this video. Hope you enjoyed it. We got a lot more of this kind of stuff coming. Of course, I'm working on my 72 Corvette. We got a 70 AAR Cuda coming. We've got some amazing projects coming down the pipe. So if this is your flavor, hit the subscribe button and hey, share it with your friends.